All right. I'm just going to call out the lineouts while everybody's starting to get sorted. From Lane County Concussion, 007, Jesse James. 010, Dragon Balls. 101, James T. Smirk. 60, Loose Wheel. Number 12, Tommy Gunn. Number 13, Photobomb. Number 1337, The Riot. Number 142, Jamaican Psycho. Number 1327, Nettleflix. Number 16, Juke. Number 17, Frank Blood. Number 23, Showtime. 3624, OMG Becky. 42, Grimes. 50, Hot Fuzz. 711, Frecklenator. And 969 is Cutthroat Cali. For our Puget Sound, number 15, and I apologize if I get names wrong, Kyrian. Number 21, Bambuska. Number 247, Hollywood. Number 24, Hater. Number 3, Brute Squad. I guess when you cheer for Hater, you're just like, y'all just a bunch of haters. Is that how that works? Nice. Number 334, Red Bulldozer. Number 369, Global Storming. Number 73, Stark and the Palindrome. Number 37, Riot. Number 56, Block Girl Magic. Number 6, Deadly Long Legs. Number 66, Rampage. Number 71, Jimmy Rage. 77, Here's Johnny. 79, Space Cadet. 82, Carne Asadej. Number 85, Roger. Number 9, Fluffy. 907, Guilty McGuilty. And number 2, Vito. And we have started. And taking lead jammer is number 42, Grimes. Roger is jammer for the Outcasts. Photobomb, last line of defense. And it looks like that star was going to be passed, but that jam has been called. All right, and on the line, we have number 16, Juke, and number 24, Hater. And on the inside, number 2, the Hater on turn 2. Juke out and about, but Hater calls that off. Up on the line, we have number 79, Space Cadet, and number 1337, Netflix. We have a wall being held by LCC, working that jammer. That wall being led by Cutthroat Cali, 247. Hollywood providing some offense there, and the Riot is out. Rampage putting Riot out, drawing him to the back of the pack. Number 42, Grimes. Going up against 85, Roger. Grimes trying to work that inside line. But Roger gets out first and his lead jammer. Up on the line, number 16, Juke going up against number 24, Hader. A little jammer on jammer action there right at the top. We had a spill up right before turn one. That gave Hader a little bit of an opportunity to become lead jammer. We have 79. Space Cadet going up against 1337, the Riot, who I misnamed earlier. The Riot working the outside line, comes out as lead jammer in turn one. That was an apex jump on turn one. Nicely done. Space Cadet, last line of defense for LCC. Frecklenator working hard to keep that wall in check. Riot takes a spill and calls off that jam. Grimes going up against Roger. That wall with Photobomb, Tommy Gunn. And I can't quite see number 23, Showtime. But Roger does come out as lead jammer. Tommy Gunn and Photobomb driving Roger all the way to the back. Grimes working his way through. And Roger calls off that jam. All right, there is a timeout for an official review. Official reviews where the officials review things and have conversations and then officially come to decisions and officially make decisions. If you haven't heard, it's pretty official. We're going to give a shout out to Hit This Derby Gear. Open in the Madhouse lobby. That door is shut because it's hot. But fabulous skate technician Elixir. This official review may lead to the outcome of the next jam. Looks like we have the Puget Sound Outcast jammer starting out in the penalty box. If something is decided and overturned, then potentially that might not be the case. Okay. It looks like LCC's retaining their official review. Officially, decisions were apparently made. Pack advantage to LCC. Juke starting this off as the lone jammer. And with quick work to the inside line on turn one, Juke is out as lead jammer. That was a big hit from 369. However, it looks like Juke is getting called on the cut track. Outcasts going in like Titans. Roger out and on their scoring pass. LCC just recycling players into the box. Roger makes quick work of the outside line on turn 3. And that jam went the full 2 minutes. Hater number 24 going up against the Riot. Oh, that was a nice bend there from the Riot. Oh, That was close, but the riot is out for the jammer. As Hader got out, the riot called off that jam. Midway through the first, it's Outcasts 20, Lane County Concussion 34. Stark going up against Grimes, number 73, Stark, number 42, Grimes for LCC. Grimes is out. Oh. Is there two? Oh, and there's an official review. Official reviews. Where official things happen officially. This will be your friendly reminder to hydrate to all players and fans alike. Oh, look, people listen. Hydrate time. More official things happening. All right, so according to genetic disorder, who is our head ref for this event? White had a call on retaining on the issue of lead jammer, and since it was an officiating error, White will retain their official review. Officially. We love a communicative head ref. All right, up on the line we have number 16, Juke. And it looks like number 369, Global Storming. Global Storming being held by that wall. Cutthroat Cali, Photo, and Tommy Gun. Although Juke running into that wall with Hollywood. Tell you what, these are really fast jams, y'all, which I guess could be a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know if skating like at full force 2 minutes or just keep on going. So, but there's some good strategery here. Getting the points and calling off the jam. The Riot going up against, I forget who that was. Hater. Hater out, and Lee Jammer. That was some great offense by number 71 in Puget Sound, Jimmy Rage. Hader taking some subtle cues from his coach and just keeps on pushing. Nice move on the inside line from Hader. The Riot returning from the penalty box with some quick tippy-toe action. And that was an 12-point jam for Hader. If you are part of the Hateration, make some noise. Number 42, Grimes for LCC going up against Space Cadet, number 79 from the Outcasts. And we have a timeout. We are back on. Space Cadet getting called on a cut track. Grimes is the lead jammer. Kieran grabs the star. Grimes sitting in the box. An opportunity for Kieran to kind of get through. Last line of defense. Ooh, swing and a miss from Tommy Gun. Kieran held on by the chinny chin chin. Kieran hit out by, it looks like, Photobomb. And it looks like that was a 16-point jam for Lane County Concussion. For Outcasts, we have number 73, Stark, going up against number 16, Juke. Jukes calls off that jam and then just slides right out. If you're going to call off a jam, call it off in style. For the first time today, I think we have 247 Hollywood jamming for Outcasts going up against the 7-Eleven Frecklenator. Outcasts, Hollywood out. Big fans of Hollywood in the stands. Hollywood making quick work of that and calling off that jam. Number 85 for the Outcasts, Roger going up against 1337, The Riot. That was a good hit from, I want to say that was Fluffy. The Outcast Wall doing a great job holding the Riot back. Same thing with LCC, that Sea of Black. That was a well-fought lead jammer for the Riot for Lane County. Looks like Riot serving some time in the box for a forearm. A solid hit from number 369 on the Riot. Number 73 for the Outcasts, Stark going up against number 42, Grimes for Lane County. And Grimes is out and about for lead jammer. That was that last line of defense from number 13, Photobomb, but Stark is out. Number 16, Juke for Lane County, going up against Space Cadet, number 79 for the Outcasts. Space Cadet working that outside line, took a big hit from Loose Wheel. First time jamming today, number 50, Hot Fuzz for Lane County, going up against number 24, Hater. Hater takes a hit from Tommy Gun, drawn all the way back. Hot Fuzz being drawn back by, it looks like, 369. 369, some trickery. Oh. And the star's been passed to Tommy Gun. Tommy Gun jumping like a gazelle in the fields. Hater calls off that jam. Number 15 for the Outcasts, Kieran, up against number 42, Grimes for LCC. Not that side. No, okay. Grimes got called on a cut. Kieran getting some feedback from number 71. Mr. Large, could you please report to the announcer table? All right, we have a timeout, everybody, and it looks like it's the Outcast timeout. This will give you an opportunity to drink some water. Just as a friendly reminder, please do not cross on the right side or the left. This side of the wall where the players are is a very dangerous position to be in. I have somebody going to get some stuff cleaned up. A good reminder for players, if you're sitting down, take off your helmet. Let your hair breathe. Mr. Large coming in. All right, timeout over. We are starting. It was an official timeout. My bad. My bad. Thank you, NSOs, for keeping me in check. We're starting off with number 24, Hader. Nice move from Hader on the outside line, taking advantage. Grimes returning to the track. Hader calling off that jam. Number 711 for LCC Frecklenator going up against number 71, Jimmy Rage. And Frecklenator taking some hits from, it looked like Hollywood. Number 15, Kieran. Our Global Storming for Outcasts going up against Juke, number 16. Global Storming out like lightning. Oh, that was a swing and a miss by number 13, Photobomb. I will say the walls for both teams have been pretty impeccable. All right, ladies and gentlemen and friends and foes, we have 15 minutes. I mean, I might marry him. We'll give it a week. All right, friends and family, before we get started, let's give a big shout out to these skaters. It is hot. I think we could do better than that. Let's give a little bit more love. Yeah. It's hot. They're skating. They're probably moist. We have a palindrome on the On the track, 42 against 24. Hader is out as lead jammer. I love a good palindrome. Hader calls off that jam. Looks like Juke will be taking the line for LCC, number 16. Going up against number 73, Stark for Puget Sound. Stark coming out as lead jammer. Looks like Juke is going to the box for a cut track. A great opportunity for the Outcasts to make up some points. Line of defense there. Number 60, loose wheel. Frecklenator providing the last line of defense. And it looks like Stark calls off that jam. Right before Juke returns to the track. Jammer advantage to the Outcasts. Number 85, Roger jamming. Juke returns to the track. And Juke is out as lead jammer. And Juke calls off that jam. I think there was some subtle accolades on the LCC side. The Riot for LCC going up against Space Cadet for the Outcasts. The Riot out and lead jammer. '76 Outcast, 107 Lane County Concussion. It's the palindrome again. Number 42, Grimes, going up against 24, Hader. I love a good palindrome. And Hader. Grimes hit out by number 9, Fluffy. Fluffy getting called on by a forearm. Photobomb, last line of defense. Hayter calls off that jam. I should make more requests for palindromes. All jammers should have the palindromes. Oh no, I get super excited when the score is like I announce it like there's a big thing. I was like, we have a palindrome. Number 16, Juke, going up against Stark. Number 73. Hot Fuzz, last line of defense. Stark gets around it. Juke being pulled back by number 369. Global Storming. Juke runs right into that white wall while Stark with a nice little apex jump on turn 2. Juke returning to the box for a forearm. And if I'm not mistaken, that was a 24-point jam for Stark and the Outcasts. Jammer advantage going to the Outcasts. You have number 24, Hayter. Here's Johnny returns to the track with a polite thank you. We like a polite skater. And Hayter out. Hollywood driving Juke all the way back. That jam gets called. And we have a timeout. A timeout is always a good time to remind all of our friends to drink some water. Like our NSOs. They are staying hydrated. And the announcer, hydration. If you choose not water, because water could be terrifying, hydrating in some sort of way with an electrolyte. I mean, I would also agree. Nobody has ever died from coffee. I am 100% a fan. It has water in it. Take your moment to hydrate in any form of beverage you may choose. Just wait until this jam is over if they're starting because it gets messy. All right, we have Space Cadet and the Riot. Riot does a little jumpy juke. Space Cadet is also out. Puget is standing with the pack advantage right now. The Riot does call off that jam. I think that's why they don't. They're like, I don't. Yeah, I can do what I want. All right, we have Grimes, number 42 for LCC, going up against 73, Stark. Grimes with some feet, tippy toes on the outside line, lead jammer. Stark is out and not far behind. Grimes makes an attempt on the apex jumps, misses, but quickly calls that off. Hater for the Outcasts, number 24, going up against Juke 16. LCC Juke with some work on the inside, right at that jammer line, lead jammer. Frecklenator 7-Eleven working really hard on driving Hater all the way back. Nothing's worse than starting that pack over. Hollywood doing the same thing. Kyrians now has the star, and Juke calls off that jam. We have Space Cadet up for Outcasts. And for the first time jamming tonight, or today, because the sun is still out, number 13, Photobomb. Photobomb blowing up that white wall, and lead jammer. Space Cadet being held back by number 23. Global Storming has been past the star. And Photobomb calls off that jam. Number 73, Stark, going up against number 42, Grimes. Grimes lead jammer, but both jammers are out. Grimes quickly calls off that jam. Scorekeepers, I think you're being beckoned. Number 24. I should know the names by now. Hader going up against number 16, Juke. Space Cadet comes in and offers some offense. The Riot 1337 from LCC going up against number 13. No, that's a lie. Stark, number 73 from the Outcasts. Stark makes quick work of the LCC wall, out for lead jammer. The big hit from Hollywood, I believe. That was a big hit from number 711, Frecklenator. Frecklenator, and it looks like OMG Becky working that wall. Some big hits coming in the last 15 minutes. And an official review being called. Also, the official review was another high block call on a blocker for Lane County, but there was no said proof of high block, photo evidence, written documents, and such are required. As such, they were not provided. So that is where we are. Just as a friendly reminder to all of our friends and family and otherwise Derby supporters out there, we have a very close game. People's feelings are high. But we always remember the first rule of Derby, don't be a douche. And Kyrian out. Pack advantage is going to Puget, Outcasts. Big hit there from Tommy Gun. And Grimes deciding to play some defense? Offense. One of those. And Kyrian calls off that jam. 12 points for Puget Sound. No, 16 for Puget Sound Outcasts. And we have a lead change, friends. Lane County Concussion, 137. Outcast, 141. Number 85, Roger out for Outcast, going up against number 16, Juke. Roger out as lead jammer. Juke being called out for a cut track. OMG and Freckleator. Last line of defense. Loose wheels, putting Roger in the position to call off that jam. Hader starting it off for the Outcasts. Jammer advantage does go to them. Showtime. Tommy Gunn and Callie providing that wall. Juke comes out. Hot on Roger, hot on Hader's wheels. Hader decides to call off that jam. LCC's Grimes, number 42, going up against Stark, number 73 for the Outcasts. And Stark out and about. Grimes taking a big dip off of Hollywood. Outcasts at this point just trying to keep the lead. Oh. Derby pile up right before turn 3. Freckleator, loose wheels with photobomb. OMG, Becky. While Grimes is going up against Global Storming. Outcast starting with the jam advantage, if you will, with number 15, Kieran. Oh, wait. Ooh, just kidding. Just kidding. There's a timeout. We heard the whistle. And then said, psych. Your timeout reminder to hydrate in any fashion you may see fit. I'm not your real dad, so I'm not going to tell you what to do. We have Showtime, Loose Wheel, and Tommy Gun holding the line for LCC. Big hit from Tommy Gun on Kieran. Kieran calls off that jam. We have Hater going up against Juke. And Juke is out for lead drummer. Juke making quick work of that jam. Space Cadet going up against the Riot. Riot pushing on that wall of Outcasts. While Space Cadet struggling on the wall of LCC. The Riot is out. That was some fancy footwork from Global Storming. Riot calls off that jam. Stark for the Outcasts, number 73, going up against Grimes, 42, LCC. That was some fancy footwork for Grimes. Lead jammer. Stark getting called on a forearm. This gives Lane County a opportunity to make up some point deficit. Sometimes one jam is all it takes, friends. That was a big hit from Hollywood and from Kieran. Grimes calls off that jam. That's a 16-point jam for Grimes, friends. We are at a tie. Oh, the scandal. And we have a timeout. It's hot outside, but the derby action in here is even hotter. Woo! Looks like we're going to have Hayter going up against Juke. This, friends, could be for all of the marbles in this jam, for this bout. Hayter out, lead jammer. And Juke calls off, no, Hayter calls off that jam, but we still have 8 seconds. And it looks like LCC's calling for a official review, a timeout, an official timeout, an official timeout. Oh, okay, thank you. It's an official review, but they are choosing to use it as a timeout, which means, friends, we will probably have one more jam for all of the marbles. And if that's a tie, then there'll probably be another, and if that's a tie, it becomes something that never ends. Grimes going up against Stark. Then Grimes is out for lead jammer. Stark pushing through. Grimes being pulled back by Global Storming. Stark being held up on that LCC wall. Now we're just on jammer action. It's a matter of who gets the next few points. Grimes calling it off. Oh man, Ashevitz, y'all. By the hairs of their chinny chin chin. We're gonna wait for the official score, but I believe we're giving sweaty high fives at this point. I'm not quite sure what's happening. Final score. Outcasts 175, Lane County Concussion 176.